Now, amid the stalemate in the West Asia war, of course, now Pakistan's Army Chief Asim Munir has arrived in Tehran. Munir was welcomed by Iran's Interior Minister Iskander Momeni and Pakistan's Mohsen Naqvi. The Pakistani military described Munir's visit as part of ongoing mediation efforts. However, Iran's Foreign Ministry spokesperson Ismail Baqi has cautioned that the visit did not mean that the two sides have reached a turning point or a decisive situation. Furthermore, Iranian media had quoted Baqi saying that disagreements between Iran and U.S. remain deep and extensive. Separately, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has said that there has been some progress in talks, but warned that Washington was not there yet. Speaking to reporters after NATO's ministers' meeting in Sweden, Rubio emphasized that more work needs to be done.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I can't believe I said the same thing that the Iranians did. There's been some progress. I wouldn't exaggerate it. I wouldn't diminish it. There's more work to be done, but look, yeah, there's been some, and that's a good sign. I'm glad they said that. We're not there yet. I hope we get there. The president would prefer to do a good deal.
Now, furthermore, Rubio warned that while President Trump prefers a negotiated diplomatic solution, he has expressed concerns that perhaps a deal is not possible. Rubio added that if things did not change, then Trump has other options on the table.
We're not there yet, and hopefully that'll change. It may not. Honestly, it may not. We're dealing with a very difficult group of people. And if it doesn't change, then the president's been clear. He has other options. He prefers the negotiated option and having a good deal, but he himself has expressed, concern that maybe that's not possible. But we're going to keep trying. I know our guys are still working on that very hard. So.
Now, separately, U.S. President Donald Trump has reiterated that the war with Iran will soon be over. And speaking during an election campaign rally in New York, Trump said that Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. Now, the issue of nuclear weapon is among the key sticking points of Iran-U.S. negotiations.
They said, why? I said, because Iran is going to have a nuclear weapon if we don't stop them. And I said, we're going to have to do it. And we have stopped them. They're not going to ever have a nuclear weapon. They're never going to have a nuclear weapon. And we'll have that over with soon. It'll be over with soon. And
meanwhile, European Union nations move towards sanctions on Iran and officials for the continued blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, while the EU has not named any individual or entities who will be targeted by the new sanctions. The move is being seen as a step towards expanding the scope of its current sanctions on Iran.